Welcome to the Maritime Vision YouTube channel hosted by Paul Louis Holy. In this YouTube channel, we engage with industry experts to gain insights into every aspect of the maritime industry. From shipping to yachting and beyond, we explore the latest trends, challenges, and opportunities in this dynamic field.
Hello everyone, welcome to this new podcast episode. And today we have with Arthur Touzot. Welcome Arthur to this podcast.
Welcome.
So
Happy to be here.
can you talk about you a little bit?
So my name is Arthur Touzot. I'm managing dangerous good for Cosco Europe now, and I've been an alumni of Erasmus. I had now 15 years of career. I went through different companies, CMA CGM, Maersk, now Cosco, and I'm going through the passion of shipping and discovering different means of shipping.
Okay, interesting. So firstly, why did you choose to work in the shipping industry?
It's pure family and passion. I'm coming from Normandy. My part of my family was in the wood business trade at one point, or linked to it through cousins. Always went to sea. I used to sail when I was a kid, when I was 5, 6 years old. Started like this, and as we go, the sea was part of my life.
Okay, interesting. So you decided to start in the shipping industry. What is your first experience? How did you get into this industry?
I did get it out of Erasmus actually. I think it was on the same day of my graduation. I got called up by CMA CGM
Okay,
to be ship planning, to build the master plan of loading for the vessels during the rotation. And so in 2006, I started at CMA CGM
okay.
in November.
So that's your first experience. So what did you do in this? Because you told that it was a very good experience. You learned a lot of things. Can you tell us about it?
It was already quite advanced in the build-up of CMA CGM. The size of CMA CGM was basically at the time about the size of Hapag-Lloyd before the COVID.
Okay.
Before everybody got money. So it was like 15,000 people
Okay.
at the time. It was wonderful experience because the department were all included. So we had finance, we had operation, we had commercial, we had cargo flow management. So me, I was working in operation to build up the plan, look at the rotation of the vessel, the schedule, make sure that they have the good productivity and the good equipment in the terminal, the good stabilities, all the stuff good. And we were also mixed with finance. We were mixed with other departments. So I was on the department of EPIC, going from North Europe to India.
Okay.
And at the time, there were a lot of things to build, still to build in CMA, and a real spirit of entrepreneurship.
Okay.
The management was super flat. So I was ship manager. There were my ops manager, line manager, and then Saadi.
Okay. Okay. So it was.
So it already happened, not from Saadi, but from Mr. Salem, the number 2 of the group. That at 7 something happened during the night. He got called up, and then you can go called up by him directly to show up at the office at 7:30. This I have seen. I've lived through it, and it was super flat. It was like so really efficient.
Okay.
Tough to go through because some of the decision could be harsh. Sometimes tough to follow up because they are managing their own money, own business. So this is a private company, and as such, when there's a mistake, they need to correct 180 degrees. So even if you If you spend 6 months to prepare something and you are about to launch it, suddenly you're like, no, we need to do the opposite.
Okay.
Market reversed, and you're like, what? And it is what it is. So you have to, let us say that you have to accept a bit of frustration. But this is part of the game. Sometimes you work a lot and you have big win, and sometimes it is not. It was not meant to be. We're gonna say.
Okay. So
But this is part of shipping.
you stayed almost 10 years in CMA CGM.
Yeah.
So it means you learn a lot of things in this company. And what about the management?
Yeah. Yes, because after 2 years, I was lucky to be part of a project to change part of the IT system for storage,
Okay.
for those planning elements. We were quite successful to do that. A beautiful ROI, one of the best in the company yet to live through. For every dollar that CMA CGM gave to the project that I was managing, we were able to bring back 100.
Okay. Interesting.
So this was good, and the time to do that to change an IT system over the whole company and make it mature, it took me like 6-7 years.
Okay. Wow. So it's quite long.
Because at the same time the company multiplied by two, grew up by two in the span of 8 years. The tonnage was multiplied by two. We were able to only get only, I think, was 15% more people to manage this kind of volume, or not even, because actually the number of ships was not that much. So we were able to integrate all this growth with very little effect on the HR. Salary increased actually. This you have to recognize to CMA CGM that they are really good on that. But this is a private company, so they do as they wish.
Okay.
So and it is crazy because people really don't know how it works in a private company. But for instance, CMA CGM at one point, it was so bad in 2008 that it was said that it was Jacques Sadé private money. We were paying the salaries in France,
Oh, yeah.
not to touch to the treasury. So maybe this is a legend, who knows? But nevertheless, this is something like you do not hear of this in public company.
But do you consider CMA CGM as like in the world? This is like a big company in the shipping industry because this is the biggest one in France. But in comparison with Maersk, Cosco Lines, MSC.
Yeah, because now they are about the size of people like DHL, UPS, and so on. So within the span of 3 years now, they went and reach out the gap with a very big German logistic company or American logistic company behind it. They are not very far away. And plus now with all the cash that they got, they are very, very, very sound financially speaking, because most of the historical debt has been paid in the span of 2 years. I think in span of 3 years, they got out 22, 14, something like 50 billion
Oh, good.
of net revenue after tax, something like this. So this gives you some leverage to pay your debt. Put some money aside because the time are going to be tough in the next 3-4 years. And plus, with the decision of MSC to go alone and split from Maersk, there might be some catch-22 on the big alliance and so on. I know that American shipper wants to have some retaliation compared to what happened in the past 3 years, where they got really put to the jugular with the freight rate, the congestion fees. It went really, really, really bad. A year ago, it was like about 20,000 to ship a box. This was supposed to be the air freight rate.
Oh, now it's more.
Now it is completely now it's completely fall down to normal pre-2019 price. But let's see what happens. There is a slowdown. Lot of ships and new efficient ships coming on the market. which means that bigger ships are going to go like on smaller port on the region due to the cascading effect. So there would be a big pressure on the price, and there would be a big wave from the regional carrier and stuff, because all the big ones are going to start to grab niche market.
Okay, interesting.
To a big grab.
So what do you think about the future in the container market?
Well, yesterday, Hapag-Lloyd and CMA, they put their release. For your people, I hope there's this very nice publication, Sea Intelligence, from this Danish gentleman that looked at that. It's gonna be 3 years where the smart one, like you've seen, MSC, Maersk looking at it, CMA looking at it, are gonna invest internally to reform. They're gonna use some of the slack in the activity to do the necessary change for the next wave.
Okay.
This is the beauty of shipping. This is one of the guys of CMA that told me that when I arrived in CMA, like, this is the beauty of shipping. You have cycle.
Okay.
So even if you are done, when you are done, you know it's going to be 1 day, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. Nobody cares, but it will come back to really, really, really up.
Okay.
And when it is really up, you cover mostly everything that you've done in the past.
Okay.
But you need to find a way to be at this time.
Okay.
In those 3 years, 4 years, 5 years.
On right now, what levels we are like? We are the lowest one or the middle?
No, we are at the beginning.
Okay, beginning. Okay. So it can just increase. It can just be better.
No, it can be worse.
Oh, what do you mean?
Volume could be down, and as such, freight rate could also be a lot down.
Okay.
There is about 15% of the capacity is going to come in this year.
Okay.
So we won't have 15% of increase of freight rate or something like this, or especially of traffic. So there should be some slowdown, and the slowdown would be like going down,
Okay.
down. So
Interesting.
and after this is more like now everything is about geopolitics. So you know, part of the shipping establishes itself on the service of carrying goods.
Yes.
And if you put some barrier, congestion, war times, then the price are going up, volume are going down, but your margin are exploding.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
So we had the crisis. We had subsequent. We had a perfect alignment of crisis for transportation that restricted the market. We had COVID. Okay, so we had restriction of labor market. We had restriction of number of call, and yet, because of all those restrictions, we had also a boom of logistics, because suddenly people had to order. They couldn't shop anymore.
Yes. Okay.
Then we had the start of heavy investment. The first effect of all the cash printed by America. I mean, I don't know if people understand, but half of all the cash in America printed since the beginning of this state has been made in the past 2 years.
So that's the results of this inflation, of this every problem.
This is one of the factors. This is one of the factors of the inflation.
Okay.
This is one of the factors. Of course, this is one of the factors. But the other factor is also the disruption that you have now with energy market, and with all the restriction out of Russia.
Yeah, of course, the gas, etc.
Yes. So those are basically compiling itself that allowed so all this cash produced allowed everybody to order and keep on doing shipment and shipping. But now It is not the same case. And basically, most of the stock that I've seen in terminals, warehouse, are starting to go down and go down significantly.
Okay. Okay. Interesting. So we're going to come back with this detail. And can you tell us about your other experiences? You work as in consulting with ATC.
So after CMA, I shifted and come in Hamburg as a consultant in IT management
Okay.
for storage software. It was a very interesting program for an American company, Navis. It was consisting to start to see how we could use learning machine, optimizers, algorithm to have a better store of the vessel,
Okay.
and consequently to have a better result. Because basically with 1% of CMA, this is 700 million.
Mm.
Okay. So 750. They did 75 billion this year, something like this.
Okay.
So the multiplicator effect are very
I.
very consistent in this type of organization, especially also if you're like 150,000 people. As soon as you go into the process and you start to get rid of 1 minute here and all this stuff, the multiplicator effect are huge on your leverage and how you could save money and all this stuff.
Okay.
So
Okay.
this was the part. It failed. It failed because of maturity of the technology, maturity of the client also, and maturity of the management in the American company who was helping developing that. The point is that when you're going to start to provide for shipping companies, you need to look at the really long term, and you need to have like financial reserve to be
Okay.
able to do that.
Okay.
The market is very niche. There's not too many people. You see, if you take the top 10s, you already if you could take the top 10 liner, you're already more than 60% or 70% of the whole market, for instance.
Yeah.
All the rest are really minimum. You're not going to build a budget over that.
Okay.
At the same time, the culture on all those companies are starting to change because IT was more like a tool.
But
Because for some company, it became an asset,
yeah, it became an asset.
for instance.
And especially in the future with everything we talk about digitalization in the maritime industry and the using artificial intelligence, using computer science will be very important and a lot of investment.
It is already really important. Maersk hired 150 PhDs to look into that.
Okay. So, but it will be
Because you need to optimize your network. Now most of them are going to try to handle the last mile, like Chronopost and all this stuff. And for this, you need to have very robust optimizing network for your routes,
okay.
for your capacity, for your consumptions, for tracking all your costs and all this stuff.
Mm.
So this was a big. This was when we look at the balance sheet at one point between Kuehne+Nagel and Hapag, which are two sister company. You really see the big impact on IT management for logistic company compared to maritime company. Because they have to track the information and they have to track it through different sources. And the only means to be efficient is to have a high quality and a high development in IT management and connectivity with other
Okay.
framework.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. So you did this for almost 3 years, consultancy.
I did consulting for 3-4 years, yeah.
Okay. And then
Yeah, 4 years, 4-5 years, yes. And after I did 1.5 years in Maersk, I had the opportunity to go and work over there. I wanted also because I was consultant for so many. I was a long time outside of storage. I wanted to practice a bit,
okay.
and here I mean, I found out something different. For instance, the the average number of plans that you do normally for big ships is 400. For smaller ship, it was about 600, 700.
Okay.
Maersk, some of the people were up to 1,400 plans per year. So it means that everything in the process, everything done. And at the time I was hired by a genius out of Maersk, Michael Haldenhurst. I would recommend you to interview him. For instance, he has a good perspective on what is what in operation and so on. But everything was like the file. You needed to have like one click. Everything was thought to be optimized at every point in the chain. Every detail counted.
Okay.
You see what I mean?
You need to be very.
So you need to be very conscious about it, and after you have a process to follow. Of course, me as a French plus foreign process sometimes is like not the best things, but at the end of the day, it was so valuable and so efficient the way it was made that it was just to manage it. Thereafter, the changeable application, they were quite successful about that. But I left for family reason. I left back to Hamburg because I had a little one and so on.
Okay.
And I wanted her to be also more into a German environment.
Okay.
And so I got a job in Cosco, and now this is another culture change with a Chinese management and Chinese way of thinking.
Interesting. Can you describe your job as a ship planner? What is it exactly?
So ship planner is a it's a very nice job. Basically, you build the loading plan of the vessel.
Okay, the loading plan of the vessel. Okay, so
so what it is that basically you receive the load list, all the box to load,
okay.
different PODs, the characteristic, and so on. And so you will go through a software, and you'll be able to put the box on board in order to enable the vessel to sail with the stability, lashing, visibility, and so on. Good trim, minimum draft, minimum ballast sometime.
It's quite technical.
Yeah, kind of, but not modern tool, and the most pertinent one make it easy.
Okay, and
it's a bit like a giant Tetris, but fun one, very fun one.
Okay, and if you compare your job with a vessel operator, which is maybe more general, what is the main difference?
Between what and what?
Between vessel operator and the ship planner.
Let us say that. Yeah, let's just say that on the planning side, you're gonna more focus on the part of storage, whereby the other part, the vessel operator, you are more focused on the scheduling. After, it really depends of the companies, because depending on the companies, the functions or the name are more or less the same, but you are going to do different functions, having more authorities on part of the function than on the others.
Okay.
For instance, in Maersk, I was just doing storage. So my title was storage coordinator. I was only doing planning. I was not looking at scheduling. My function was only to focus on planning.
Okay.
On other companies, this is where they have less productivity for planning, is because they're also spending more time on scheduling.
Okay.
But Maersk has a one department called Marine Department that is now merged with capacity, I believe. And basically, you don't need to do that. For Cosco, when I arrived, they needed to do even more than that. They need to look at in the capacity management. We need to look at in the low list management. So this we try to make it evolve so that we specialize those tasks to be able to have more power of enforcement and more knowledge to get it done.
Okay, interesting. And you talked about the culture in the company because Cosco Shipping was completely different from others companies you work in.
Yeah, quite different. So the first one was CMA CGM, which is like a Franco-Lebanese culture.
Okay.
Meaning that you have that you still have the good sense of the and some of the elegance and refinement of the French way of thinking, with one of the best spirit of marketing, of selling, of business, with one of the best spirit of business of the Lebanese spirit. They know very well what they're doing, how they're doing. And they are shrewd and fast in their decision making.
Okay.
Maersk was really Danish, really not a beautiful experience. I mean, this is the only company I've seen where every first Friday of the month, I think you go down to the self. And then you have a big open bar for 2 hours for everybody. And the point made is that people need to know each other. They need to discuss with each other, to bump into each other, so that we create informal contact. And from this informal contact, many times later down the road in the company history, we have good things happening.
Okay.
You are able also to get one of the 2 sales boats for the weekend if you want to get out a bit with your family.
Wow.
This type of stuff like unbelievable.
Wow.
You never see that
Definitely. That definitely
anywhere else.
The best culture in terms of human.
And you know, and this is very strange, because at the same time they brought you up to a very high performance from this. Like I say, I didn't know I could plan that much of storage in such a short time like this. I didn't know it was possible, and yet they were doing this for 4 years before, and they are still improving, which is mind blowing for me. So this is the type of stuff that is really nice. One also to see, and I haven't worked with so far, is MSC. But MSC is also another ball game, and like I said, I didn't really work with them. I know I have a lot of friends over there. Maybe this is something that I will test at one point in my future career.
Yeah.
And now we have Cosco. So Cosco is a bit still a bit let us say awakening to let us say to modern shipping. So there are still some difference in the organization. There's pros and cons on that, but they are reacting fast, and they're going quite nice about it. Like I was telling you before this interview, I'm part of DG management platform development now for Cosco, and I'm very surprised about the quality of the speed of reaction and this stuff. This is something, for instance, when I used to work with CMA, was not to the same order, also because of legacy system and stuff, which makes things more complex compared to when you have to build something new with a modern tool. But still, if they have the right idea, if they understand how to challenge themselves internally, which is where CMA is really good at. MSC also, they have heavy challenge inside. Maersk is a bit less. Maersk, you really need to walk through the system and through the process and challenge the process through that. then there would be a power. But they are still missing some ships. They are still missing a lot of lines as a global carrier. We're gonna say
Okay.
they need to have more ships in the transatlantic, more ships in Africa, a lot more ships in South America. After, where the Europeans are good is that they're present everywhere, but still they still have some very strong dominant market with Europe,
Okay.
which is something that Cosco needs to really penetrate. Let's see how it's going to be, but opportunity are going to be there. Like I said, because of the volume coming down, freight rate coming down fast. Big capacity starting to get out. Maybe some will be laid down like in 2008, but the brand new ship will still sail, and those are really big capacity ships, 24,000 TEU vessel, and there's a lot of them.
Okay, interesting. And I want to ask you a last questions. In Europe, what is for you the best place to be for someone who wants to work in the maritime industry?
Rotterdam for the moment is the most vibrant place. But after, it's more like what you want to choose, how what you want to experience. Like I said, if I was gonna restart it over again, I will stick. I will still try my best in three of the bigger MSC, CMA, and Maersk.
Okay.
Because what they're gonna do in the coming years is gonna be fun. It's gonna
Okay.
be a lot of fun.
Okay. Interesting.
It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough, but it's gonna be a lot of fun because all this industry is transforming into a real logistic base. And the point that they're making is that at one point they would like to be able to be in position to compete with Amazon
Mm.
on some of the core business,
So,
meaning warehousing, product management.
so you mean
Uh,
it will be less maritime company to be more
Logistic.
logistics? Okay.
Look at the trend. You have CMA CGM who have now CMA Air Cargo. You have Maersk North Star for Maersk. You have MSC who just opened some line by air.
Mm.
So the only element that are still missing a bit is the last mile.
Mm.
And yet they're really like CMA. Maybe they're gonna do a bid for Bolloré. So in all the M&As and all this stuff, is gonna be there's gonna be a lot of stuff to look at it.
Okay. Interesting.
But besides this, it depends what you are looking for. If you are looking for to if you're a bit of a burnhead like I was and like more an entrepreneur, go to CMA or MSC.
Okay.
If you're like more really serious and happy to follow process, but you will excel in this process, Maersk could be nice.
Okay.
Otherwise, you have also regional carrier or a logistic company to have a look at, which is also a lot of fun. But it's always good in the beginning to start in a company who has a lot of financial means to see what is possible, and also to experience one of the drawback of such organization is the waste.
Okay.
They have a lot of waste actually.
Okay.
Okay, but yeah, for me, like Marseille, for instance, Marseille is amazing city to live through. It changed a lot actually.
Yeah.
It's more dangerous now. No, I would also I would consider also Hapag-Lloyd also, for instance.
Oh yeah.
Really nice company.
Good company.
Hamburg, really Hamburg. Now I live in Hamburg, for instance.
And do you like living in Germany?
It's amazing,
Oh wow.
amazing,
Okay.
amazing. Northern Germany, Denmark, and all this stuff. This is the France of the 1990s, 1980s.
Okay.
You can still come back at 5 o'clock in the morning, walking in the street.
Wow. Very good culture. I really like North countries.
I'm not sure. My friend told me that you're gonna do that in Marseille anymore.
No, I don't think so. Yeah.
Not much.
But thank you very
Okay.
much, Arthur. It was very interesting. Thank you to be part of this podcast.
Oh, I hope. Thank you very much for the invitation. I hope I was able to convey a bit of the passion
Yes, you
in
did.
shipping, because this is a passion. One of the bottom line that I didn't make is that the people are the most important, and there's incredible people, unbelievable people. You know, like Trump, unbelievable people everywhere. And this is something actually that is really nice into maritime and logistic company, is that you work with Brazilian, African, Asian, and this was a very big school of life for me, to see that the world was not better or worse than us. It was just different, and
Mm.
some of the different stuff was going to bring some very cool stuff in the Occidental mind, let us say.
Interesting, very interesting. It's very international. It's why I like maritime. This is for this reason. So yes, in Rotterdam I can see
See,
many different.
like this is what you learn in operation. There's not one perfect way to do things. There's many very good way to do it.
Mm.
Which one is better? It really depends what is the objective behind it. For instance, do you want to look at market share? Do you want to look at profit? Do you want to look at customer service?
Mm.
And you have so many ways to have a look at it, even inside one company. For instance, in CMA, you have department like Med is a bit different from how North Europe is acting. And this is normal, because they are adapting to their client, to their market, to their way of doing business, to their way of negotiating, and so on. And this is what really make it amazing, because you think at one point, you think that you know something, and suddenly you have a new business case, and you're like, okay, I need to learn a lot, and some of the stuff are really cool.
Yeah, of course. That's the best part of our industry. Thank you, Arthur,
Okay,
for this podcast.
very welcome. Have a great day.
The same, and I hope see you somewhere in Hamburg, maybe.
Definitely.
Bye. Have a nice day.
Bye bye.
Bye.